William likes to be called Bill, but there's also ties to the land. So if you guys want to go out and explore tonight, I do encourage you to. Over to the side of the house, there's a tree that's been around for a very, very long time. And in 1883, a man by the name of Daniel B. Phillips actually was found hanging in that tree. He had visited Weymouth to visit his brother and his brother's wife, and he went for a walk. But he didn't return in a time fashion that his family thought he should have. So they went out looking for him. And all of his clothes were ripped into shreds, and it was tied around his neck, and he was hanging from the tree, found dead. Does that sound really like a suicide? I don't think so. How are you going to lift yourself up? The tree still exists over to the side of the house today. So if you get a chance, please do go out there tonight at some point. You'll know the tree, because it sits right close to the house.
It's a big beech tree.
It's a big one, yeah. And it's got carvings where teenagers have done some stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff over time. The land before any of that actually is called King Oak Hill because it belonged to Joseph King. Joseph King was way before the American Revolution. He actually was a farm in this land, and there was a road that actually crossed down through the middle of it to where people could travel from the base near Quincy over this hill and into this area over here. It's a travel lane, I guess is what they call it. And it was when General Gage was having the British ships pour into the Boston Harbor, Joseph King saw all of that from his land, all the ships starting to pool in and fill up the bay. And so when you go up to the top of this house and you look out the window tonight, you're going to be able to kind of get a feel and think about that, about what it was like to be back in time and actually see something like that. When Elizabeth Fenian passed away and William buried her on Thanksgiving, he stayed here for a short while, and it was just too difficult for him. He made the decision in 1916 to sell the house, and so he sold it to another wool merchant who was a wealthy manufacturer named Alan Emery. Purchased this house, and he lived in here in this house with his wife Elsie and 5 or 6 of their children. I think there were 6 originally when we grew up and moved out, and then there was 5 that was left. And it stayed in the Emery family for generations until the last Emery passed away, and that was in 2010, September 22nd, 2010, Alan Emery Jr. Now, this room that you're standing in right here is actually Alan Emery and his wife Marion's master bedroom. Now, what I have learned from the people who live in the neighborhood is that after his wife Marion had passed away, Alan Emery actually decided to move to the other end of this hall, and he had another bedroom there. And when they come to visit him, that's where he was set up, not in this space any longer. After he passed away, the house was offered to the town of Weymouth, and it was purchased for $1.9 million. The land around the house was already owned and purchased with conservation funds. And it was used as a park before the last Emery passed away because they wanted to see it go to the community and be used. So they had people walking around the house all the time. Now, it sat empty after it was purchased in 2010 all the way up until 2021. Nobody was in here. It was just going downhill. And if you look on the wall, we'll show you some evidence of some of the residents of the house, as well as if you look in this closet over here, and you look down in the closet, you're actually going to see how raccoons chewed their way into this castle on the hill and set up and made family after family after family of raccoons in this house. In the window sills, you can actually see their paw prints. And on one of the windows on the 3rd floor, I can't clean it because it's the most beautiful raccoon paw print on that glass you ever did see. when I first started here, people walking around would say, I always felt like somebody was looking at me from inside that house. And I said, well, for a long time, there probably was raccoons. But they scratched the wall.
Let's get her to say it again.
And there's also evidence of it at various places throughout the house. When Rick and I first came here, the tubs, it was petrified poo, it was all kinds of stuff, disgusting. It doesn't look like it does today at all. And so we came in and we started cleaning and we started working with the facility people from town. And they would come in and bring us, drop off the stuff for us, because they weren't going to stay here very long.
They didn't stay.
They didn't stay. Because they experience it during the day and have activity that kind of frightens them. And particularly the third floor, which is where we're going to go next, you know, after this floor.
Every bathtub looked like a crime scene. So
It did. It was so gross. I'll show you the inside of one of the toilets in a little bit, and that's what the whole sinks and the bathroom and everything. We scrubbed everything to get it to the condition that it is in.
So there's only one working bathroom downstairs.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You don't want to open up the toilet.
We'll show you though. It's just probably the scariest thing you're experience on this floor. Anyway, but this was the master bedroom. Rick had a very kind person, a family that actually were antique dealers and collectors that had a bunch of furniture.
You know, from the 40s. This is from the
Yep.
1940s, so.
So they donated it so we could start the building.
Now, did I hear you say that Mr. Emery, Jr., he did, this wasn't his bedroom at the end? He was down the other?
He was at the other end. And remember how I always go into that room and I say, this is Alan Emery Jr.'s room.
No.
And I don't know why I've always said that. And then I found out from the neighbor who he walked through the house and took up to the cupola that it really was his bedroom because that's where he moved when he was
I wasn't
sick.
here when that happened. But.
I wasn't here either and I always just felt it, so I went with it. Who knew I was right?
All right.
Now we're going to continue on, folks.
This is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Babcock.
Elizabeth Babcock at the time. But it was folded up to fit in his wallet. So when we opened it up, there's actually 3 sections because it just broke apart. But you could tell it was in his wallet for so long. And it's hard to really see. I forget what kind of, the lithograph? Is that what they call it? Yeah.
I think so.
So we were trying to find a frame for it forever. It was in 3 pieces. And finally, I got this frame for it and stuck it together. But I always felt that this was a woman's room. And this old makeup table was donated.
Put it on Facebook.
And I wanted her to have her own space in the house because she was the one that died of lead poisoning. And very painful for her to die. I looked it up. So this is kind of a little tribute to her.
Also, the picture that we have of the woman downstairs on the mantle looks like it was taken inside this room.
Really? I can look at that.
Look at that, because it looks like those, like that is the area over there that it would have been taken because it was near a radiator and that's back there. And I think the seat was just kind of close.
That would be in the can.
Yeah,
I'll have to look.
because that led you to put this here.
Yeah.
So, look at the picture on
They
there.
tell us things like that, and there's something else that they told us to do in here too, and we'll explain it to you when we go on the next one
Yeah.
with the cross.
So one thing that always fascinated me about this floor when it was just empty space, there's a tremendous amount of mirrors. If you look at that door, the second floor has these mirrors built into all the closet doors. Then there's another mirror scenario that we're about to show you, and some people classify that as infinity mirrors in the bathroom, but you can't see your reflection in it. They're not exactly across from each other, but they're specifically positioned in the bathroom that's in the hallway right outside, and then this bathroom.
It's odd.
It is odd,
It's kind of an odd thing.
but I thought maybe that's not what this really is. They were very religious. The Emerys were an evangelistic family. So they had these heavy religious beliefs. One of the main people that they supported with their money that stayed in this house was Billy Graham, the TV evangelist. He had his own bedroom. That's his bathroom right there that he used. And we're going to walk you into that space next.
So yeah, this is the Billy Graham bedroom. This obviously didn't have the office furniture in here at the time. So his bed probably, we think, would have been there. And if you look out these windows, you could see Boston. I can see Boston right now. And And when it's a nice moonlit day, you can see it's a hill that goes down. And probably at that time, there wasn't as many trees. You could see the harbor down there. The other thing about this room, too, is, Christy, you got the impression that they wanted a certain size cross, and it had to be wooden. And I immediately thought, I had this in my barn. It was way up high. And so I brought it down. It's the same exact measurement. It's wooden. There was already a nail here.
And that's where they let us on the wall that it needed to go.
With the dowsing rods. With their dowsing rods. You walked right up and boom, right there. And I didn't put the screw there. It was already there. And I hung it right there. And it looks like it's always been there. So I don't know if you all know who Billy Graham is?
Yeah, he does the TV church
Praise
thing,
the
right?
Lord.
Yeah. Send me $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but Billy Graham would come here for retreats. There were retreats here all the time. So you'll see some photos in the hallway of them all sitting outside. But down in the basement, it used to be a finished basement, and they used to have Bible studies down there also. We're starting to get more information trickling in. Especially, I wish I was here with the neighbors because I think we probably got a lot of information from them.
Oh, yeah, they shared some things.
Yeah.
But also, last Saturday, I was standing, I think, right in between where you guys are right there. And there was another investigator with me, a guy, and it was just the two of us in the space. And we heard shuffling in that area. We had all the lights down. And so I said, there's somebody down there. So we went to look and we couldn't find anybody. We walked the floor and we came back in the space. And we started talking about the pandemic and what we should do. Can you give us any advice? And then there was this shuffling sound again and a little noise. And then right there in the doorways where it sounded like it came from was a man. And he said what we were supposed to do. And we heard it with nobody standing there.
What
Then we went and searched the floor. I don't know. I can't remember. It was over. I got it on audio. I know I was recording it, and he also was videotaping it. He found it in the video, so I just want to get it highlighted for mine and his and put them together and kind of expose it. But I won't tell you what I think he said. I think he said, move. Where are we going to move, right? The pandemic is all over. But I think that's what he said. But it was a male voice, and it almost mimicked the sound of what Billy Graham's voice sounded like.
Yeah.
Almost. But that's just, there's no proof of that, really. This table, when we were investigating, I think it was me and Matt Warner in this space. Matt was kneeling on the floor, and I was sitting in the chair, and we put his daughter in the closet, because that's what you do. And literally, no? Okay, and literally,
She will.
I want you to feel this. So I want you to put your hands on this and see how easy is that to move. Not, right? Not. Especially when somebody's just sitting on the floor and got their elbows on the table, right? It started literally vibrating. Between Matt being over there and me, so Matt put out some devices on the table, and it actually moved the device. And so we legitimately had that. And then after you put the device out, there came a wrapping underneath the table in the center where we could hear it with our ears. You could feel it against the surface of the table. And so pulled out drawers thinking there's mice or something in there. Nothing. It just stopped. When it stopped, it stopped. Also, the books on the table. We've done experiments where a team actually took a white flashlight and asked them to read the first word. And we were using the Phasma box device. And the woman said, can't see it. So then we changed it from a white light to a red light and put a flashlight over it in red. And the woman was able to read the first word at the very top of the page. Reasons we use. Then we flip the pages, and the girl says, I'm going to read part of the sentence. I'm going to stop. Can you finish it?
Interesting you say that.
So she did that with the red light. And she says, my mother told me to go to.
That's why I opened it.
And the woman says, college. And that's exactly the word that was on the page.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're dealing with people who are educated, they're intelligent, they're religious, they're sweet as they can be. Some of them. Upstairs is a different story. So we're about to get there. We got one more.
There's one thing I want you guys to run on the cameras. I want you, when you go back to listen to this, I record heartbeats in here all the time on my camera. And it's not every time, it's just strange. And sometimes it comes and goes, but it's a pulse. And it's like a heartbeat. And I'm not the only one that's had that happen to. So when you guys go back to review things, let us know if you get the same experience.
And that's something to pay attention to throughout the night when you get quiet and settle down to see if you hear it, because you can hear it with your ears too.
We heard it in here with our ears for the first time, for me. It's the third floor that it's very intense.
And vibration. You feel like there's an earthquake a little bit because of the vibration when you're standing in a place. You just feel like you're shaking all of a sudden. That's something to pay attention to. I haven't noticed it as much on the second floor, a little bit, but more up above us than anywhere. Notice that bookshelf back there. If you want to shut the door a little bit where everybody else can see a little. One of the cool things that's left behind by the family on that second shelf is this mysterious thing called a VHS tape. You know, everybody has these VCRs tucked away in their closet, and they're saying, maybe someday I might plug it back up. I'm never going to do that because those are Billy Graham's sermons.
Wow.
On tape. And there's also anniversary videos and things like that when the family lived here. Nothing ever happens in this space. Okay. No, and it's nice. Now, keep in mind, this was added on later because when Benny had built the house, this whole section was not a part of it. It just kind of ended there, and that was it. This was added on, and it's a great view during the day. I see wicker furniture in here, and like this is a good reading nook and stuff like that. So, if it gets too much, for some it might not. Can't say because there's no plan to any of this. This is your go-to place. This room belonged to the man who was in charge of the gardens and the landscape and the grounds, actually.
You heard this from the neighbors?
No. I've known this for a while. But he is the one that's grumpy. And his name is Edward. You see that closet right out there? Right outside that door? Inside that closet is Edwin. So there's an Edward and an Edwin, and Edwin is inside that closet.
Why?
And we've been warned about Edwin, to beware of Edwin. Edwin is not a person.
Edwin is a demon?
It's a dog.
Dog?
And so when they were warning us about it, I think that is the dog that they have up here to protect people.
So I haven't been able to open this. This is the first time I've seen this.
It was stuck when it was...
The closet she's talking about?
Yeah, see, during the summer, it was the humidity.
This is a dog.
So, this closet. This is where people get touched, is inside the closet. You don't want to knock yourself in the head. I've got some motion sensors that I built set up inside, over there and up top. And I've actually been up here with other people down together in the hall, just sitting in this room, and those motion sensors will activate when nobody's standing in the closet. When I first got touched, I stood in there and I shut the door during an investigation, and then this hand came over my shoulder and I could feel the fingers and everything. It was not rude, it wasn't trying to hurt me, it was just kind of acknowledging it. And I felt it was taller, but come on, 99% of the population is taller than me. Ants are taller than me in some yards. But then other people started to experience the touching inside the closet too. Up to the point where Tim Weisberg was in there, and he asked them to crack his back. When they started putting pressure on his shoulders, he asked them to crack his back, and he could feel them push him back to try to crack the back. We put this cross here
I do a routine.
on the wall because in the beginning, we weren't sure exactly what was happening or what was affecting people inside the space. there would be people that would just lose complete control. And that's terrifying to watch. And I thought, well, we got to test the waters. We got to make sure that this is not anything of a negative demonic nature, because this is a religious house. That's where your mind goes. You think the family is so religiously devout. Maybe they brought people here that was having issues to try to use the power of prayer to fix them. And, we studied the floors, and we just saw marks right here and then letters carved in over there. And it started to feel like that was, and we couldn't take a risk of bringing people through. So they had sheep, and they had a pet cow named Molly.
Oh, so it's actually like this.
It really is a pet cow named Molly. Like Alan Emery Sr., he loved sheep, like lambs and stuff like that. So we used to get on the obelisk lamb a lot.
Okay.
And that's how we kind of knew that we could differentiate between when it was Alan Emery Jr. versus Alan Emery Sr. Because Alan Emery Jr. loved dogs. They had a dog. In fact, now if you look over here, this is just a coincidence, but when you look at how they've got the tools sprayed on the wall, this one that I've got my laying on right there looks like a dog.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And over here,
That
if
one
you look at
definitely-
it,
that
that
one
one
right
looks
there.
like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just a coincidence, I'm sure, but it always just kind of, that's the first thing I
Yeah.
think of is that's a little
Yeah.
puppy right there.
Oh, it's my basement. Pages of the chairs you were talking about.
It's interesting though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I just noticed that.
This is 1950s time frame when this would have happened. Here's still the boards over here. That's charred.
Very charred.
And then you got these over here that looks like they must have been replaced. And then a lot of this must have been replaced too. These are actually splitting.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
And there's markings on them and stuff. I think I just might be. Yeah, I like the stress right here on them.
Wow, this is crazy.
Over here is actually a good sized storage closet. There's storage over here. See, this is kind of interesting. That piece right there. That used to be in the house.
Is that a mirror?
It looks like it went on top of a table, I think.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like there was a table under it and this was kind of ordained at the top, but it's really pretty.
I'm gonna be heavy if I keep on eating.
You can't gain weight that fast. Not from a couple of Twizzlers. But maybe from some mozzarella sticks and stuff. There's a different story. I don't know.
And you.
You might can get clogged.
Oh, Jason.
I'm gonna go around here and sit in one of these chairs in the back.
So,
And be quiet.
Take this.
If there's anybody here, can you walk up to that device that I set on the ground, please?
Are you hearing the whistling?
Sound like it was to the left. Sound like it was to the left. I have a flashlight set up in that closet. Are you able to complete the circuit and turn it on? All you have to do is just walk up and touch it.
What was that sound?
I heard that too.
I have no idea.
Is that a rotor? Try. Here, take this one that throws up blind everybody and kind of scan it and see. In between these chairs, and it came just right here, and now it's gone. So I don't know what I'm seeing.
Keep hearing stuff behind me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep on hearing things to the left of me, yeah. Ben, is that you? Is that you that we are seeing?
It's me, that's what I said.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Have you know, I guess it's just our eyes having to get reaccustomed to it. Do you know how detrimentally
He did it?
He did it? That was a little kid.
I was gonna say, they're draining your battery, because it looks like they're not as bright.
Yeah, the definite was right.
The lights?
Yeah, the grid,
The grids.
it's dying.
Oh, it's definitely not as bright.
It's dying. Do you see how the lights are
Yeah,
starting to diminish?
yeah.
Can he completely make the lights go out? If he did it, can he do it all the way? I thought maybe it was just my eyes, but no.
No.
It's really
Yeah.
starting to.
It's definitely diminishing.
They're pulling power.
That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're very impressive, I have to say. Does that light in the closet hurt your eyes? That kid is really loud.
Is it find me? Please?
It said please twice.
Please.
It said please, please.
Yeah.
After it said find me?
Yeah. Are you downstairs?
No?
So you're up here.
Are you behind us? To the side of us? Or in front of us?
Follow me.
Keep thinking that somebody needs to go to that room.
The one in the way back.
Yeah,
I'll go there.
just watch your step.
Yep.
There are cat balls, so be careful.
Yeah, I'll use my phone light.
Yep, hey.
Oh,
It found you.
it found,
That's what it like.
Got a flashlight on.
Yeah.
As soon as he walked over.
I
and it's on.
So are you, I got major chills right now.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's flickering.
So I guess my feeling was right.
Are you in this room? Can you shut it off? Thank you.
Wow, that was impressive.
I don't know what this is.
Do you want me to go back and sit down since I found you?
You hear that deep voice?
Yeah. What's that?
What if I go in this room? Are you in here?
That's the one I thought. Look at how it grew his down.
Yeah, it's like wicked one now. You can barely see the dots. Because before you couldn't tell the K2 light, but now it's easy to tell.
The closet felt the strongest, right? The closet felt the strongest.
Both rooms,
Both rooms felt.
really tense. Like, I walked in there and immediately my hairs were like standing up.
Yeah, notice the grid's pretty much
The grid's almost gone.
Oh, yeah.
And really, those are probably new batteries in that, and
Yeah.
it should be just fine for hours.
Yeah.
I've used them all night long and never lost power.
Hey, it's back on.
So you're using the little flashlight right here to drain the battery so you can turn on that flashlight, correct? Can you turn it all the way off? Thank you.
Say yes. I'm a kid.
You are a kid. Are you the one that wanted to play hide and seek with me?
Yes.
Do you want to play again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll play again. I want you to hide and I'm gonna try to find you. Just tell me if I'm getting warm. Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay. Are you ready? Just let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
They're drinking their pesky box over there too. You hear the change in it?
Yeah, it's getting
We
weak.
heard.
What is?
Your
They're
spare
I
box.
think they're drinking the battery over there too.
Are they really?
It doesn't sound
Not as loud as
as
it was.
loud,
Alright, I'm coming to find you. The battery's full.
but it sounds lower.
Try. Is that better?
Yeah, that sound.
Alright, I'm coming to find you.
I heard here.
What did that say? Can you repeat that, please?
I heard that.
I just heard footsteps behind me.
Can you go in that room and look near the door and see what the letters are on the floor?
Me?
Yeah, there's some cardboard cutout letters
In
in
here?
there, I think. See what the letters are.
And this one right here?
Yeah,
It said don't.
I think they're near the door, like goes to outside of the building. In that room with the toilet.
In the room with the toilet?
Yeah. I think that's where I saw them.
Christy, what letters are you talking about?
I guess I imagine. I thought I saw letters on the
Hey,
The light's on.
light on.
Does that mean you found them?
I thought
You said it won't turn off?
I didn't even see him like I thought you were talking about the letters on the wall. And it's dude, look at my arm.
I know, when I saw it.
My hair is standing up. Anthony,
Yes.
come here. Dude, my hair is standing up. It feels bad. Look at that. It is so funny.
What does it say? Can you see that?
There's a book right here.
Yes, so you see the picture, like what you did before.
So where do you think the biggest? Oh, not there. No, they're right here. They're not there.
I mean, that is just incredible right there. And the
The
flashlight
flashlight's on.
is a ring.
If rum is your favorite type of alcohol, can you turn that flashlight on? I heard yes.
So just for a final confirmation, so that I know that you'd like some rum, when I come back out here, I can bring you whatever kind you want. Can you turn the flashlight on to let us know? We will do that, and I promise you, I will bring you that. I think you're just an incredible person, and your ability
I heard thanks.
absolutely amazes me that you are able actually to move objects. I promise you that I'm going to bring you some rum. okay?
Well, I knew I took a video because every time I go into a new place, I take
I
a video.
have-
That is
Anything-
like our saving grace.
I have goosebumps so much. I have like a headache.
Did you
starting.
videotape it there?
Yep.
Did you
I took a
videotape
picture of
it
the net.
after?
I took a picture, yeah. So I have both of them.
All right, we're gonna head over to the house, okay?
I want to say thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Trusting us.
trusting us. Communicate. It is freezing right here.
I really don't spend a whole lot of time out here.
Now you have another reason to.
But now I feel like I've found a connection.
Yeah.
Can you set that ball off again, please?
Sure did.
Thank you.
Chris, the magnet's all the way down there on the floor. It's ready to go, so.
Is it? Are you sure? You have to do it like so it's like
It's as loose as it can get without turning it.
No, you don't do it that way. You have to make it so it like connects, but it doesn't at the same time. That's not stopping.
Nope, still going.
Here, I'm gonna.
Yep, got it.
I'll check it just to make sure.
That's me flashing. Can you make that ball light up again? Might just be the floor.
Yeah, it's definitely 4. That was probably me. Alright, I'm gonna go back in here.
Wait, no, maybe I can tell. I wish it was darker in here.
Yeah. It's all good. You know what probably been a good idea?
What?
Getting my headphones. I wish I brought them up. I would have done it Estes with you. Is there anybody in here? Yes, there is. Do you hear that?
Yep.
Did Harry move your cross out of the room?
Put it on the floor.
Oh, I see, you're asking the questions, he's answering.
Anyone of us can ask the
Oh,
question?
okay, all right.
But he can't technically hear us.
He can hear us.
Find someone.
Find someone.
Find someone for what?
So we're asking the questions, he has the headphones on in the closet.
With the spirit box hooked to him, so that's all I use.
Is Lewis or Edward among us?
You're in my room.
Can you tell us whose room this is?
Who are we talking to right now?
Take back.
Take back what? Take back what?
My stomach is growling.
Do you feel better that Do you feel better that we remove the cross? What is happening?
Do you know that you have passed on?
What's your name?
I'm Jen. What's your name?
What are you doing, Jen?
I'm trying to talk to you.
Hey!
Hey.
Here, they'll be there.
The flashlight just turned on in the hallway.
Yeah, can I do that?
What?
Did you turn that flashlight on for us?
I have.
Can you walk towards us?
Multiple.
Did you turn that off? Thank you.
Do it again?
Charge.
Do you think I'll open that door a little wider so you can see better down the hallway camera?
I like you.
I like you too.
Or I don't like you. I don't know. Either work.
Well, I like you either way.
Come back.
Who do you want to come back?
Am I talking about me?
What's your name? How many living people are in this room right now?
Sounded like you said Seneca.
Seneca. Thank you for the flowers.
I know me.
What is your name, sir?
I'm not telling.
Why? Can you name anybody else in this room?
I wasn't.
Flashlight.
Nobody has it?
No one has what?
Well, I wasn't. It's not as full on.
No one has what? You turning that flashlight off again for us? Come on, you can do it.
There's 6?
2, 4, 6. Yeah, there's 6.
I'm right here.
You are right there. Are you in the closet or in the room with us?
In the closet.
Do you like being in the closet? Do you live in the closet?
Protecting.
You're protecting the closet or the closet protects you?
That's weird. I see something shoot. Like, something shot to the ceiling over there.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris is in the closet. Can you name anybody else in this room?
Christy.
Good job. Yeah.
Right there.
Who else? What color is the shirt that I'm wearing?
Seneca.
Seneca.
Say my name?
You're doing a great job. Did you live here in this house?
Your shirt's black and white?
My shirt is black and white. Yes. Good job.
I know I have a black and white shirt. Why are you telling me?
What color are my sneakers? We what?
I said wheat.
Something black up? No idea what the hell that means.
Flashlight again.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So is Billy Graham here in this house with us tonight?
Get.
No, that's not the best Southern you can do.
You know, when he said that, I was like, wow, it's kind of weird that he used that word.
Get is Southern.
Right.
Get.
What other Southern words do you know?
Oh God, he said Reagan.
She knows.
What is the woman's name who was talking to you with a Southern accent? What is her name?
Her name is Christy.
It is Christy, yes. Good job.
Well, bless your heart.
Is there something you want us to do?
What is it?
Shut up. Do you only want to talk to the ladies?
Two.
Yeah, there's two ladies here. Do you just want to chat with us, or can the men talk as well?
When you're around me,
Am I around you right now? Are you the spirit that likes to touch people?
I have.
You have. Did you touch Seneca in a weird way in the closet?
His neck.
Is
What?
His neck, oh my god, I don't feel anything on my neck.
Not you.
Snicker, don't kiss
And
the
that makes
towel.
sense. There's the neck thing.
Yeah.
Not you.
Not you. Who do you want to touch? That's a hot no one.
No name.
No name, but everyone has a name.
Chris.
You want to touch Chris? Go ahead.
Check.
Check. Go ahead, touch him.
Check.
Do it. Touch him.
Poor Chris.
His neck.
Go ahead, touch his
Chris.
neck.
Why is it saying check Chris?
Check Chris.
You're okay, Chris. Keep going.
Probably because he has the scar on his neck from when he got touched earlier.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
when
you
he was
got
on the
touched.
stairs, he got caught or something.
Oh, wow. Thanks for the likes and follows, guys.
Can you touch the device that's in my hand?
Done it.
You got it?
My heart is pounding right now.
I will do.
Light went on.
Yep, flashlight.
Very good. Can you touch this device though?
Touch?
Yes.
Now this is gonna be a hard one that he's not gonna be able to do. In the South, we have a saying that, I'd like you to finish if you
Check
understand.
it.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't. Can you finish that sentence? Did he just laugh at me?
Yeah.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't.
I have 3 kids.
Well, that happens sometimes when there's a situation.
What was involved?
Sometimes there's nothing else to do.
Check.
Okay.
It's spiking right here.
So-
Very good.
Is there anything you would like us to tell people about you?
What the fuck was that?
My phone.
It's okay. His phone fell.
That fucking scared me. Oh my god.
It's a crazy.
Chris, I was trying to get it to touch you.
My heart is like pounding right now.
You're like, check Chris, and I'm like, touch him.
Oh, you're sitting in the closet? You didn't stand up the whole time?
I think when my phone fell, it's me.